without making an effort and just sit there and wait for God to work for you, nothing will happen. You have to engage yourself, in doing, make your effort. And God is working through constantly. You have to understand that the essence of the divine itself, without Him, we will never be able to move. So the whole thing, when we have a deeper understanding that without Him, there is no life. So are we separate from Him? No, we are not separate from Him. He is the one which engages in everything that we do. And of course, He is the one which plans everything. Yesterday I was explaining about it. When we look at matters, for example, matter in general, it's without any energy. What energizes the matter is life itself. For example, when we take the 5 elements which this body is made up of, the 5 elements, of course, it is a microcosmic organism of this world, So without really the energy which generate through the divine consciousness which is inside of us, which energizes these 5 elements, that body will be a dead body. After a few hours, it starts to rot. After a few days, it starts to become back to normality. It starts to become, manure for the plant and for the animal who start eating this body actually. So you see, what is engaging in doing all these is the divine in us. And those who is aware of that, like Bhagavan Krishna said in chapter 10, verse 7, those who in truth knows my glory and my Leela, they are engaged in my worship, they attain to me. And this is without any doubt, that is it. Those who knows in truth, what am I doing really? That I am that Lord who have created everything, the whole universe itself, it is created by my potencies itself, and it's sustained by my potencies. And knowing that, those wise ones who have that knowledge, they realize that how are we separate from Him? No, we are not separate from Him. We are in Him, and He is in us. So we can't do anything without that energy. If He withdraw that energy from this physical body, everything perish, you die. In the absence of the Atma inside of your body, all the senses become useless. Even the mind become useless. Even your intellect become useless. So nothing of these can exist without that energy which sustain and give life to everything in this world itself. Imagine the sun disappeared. In one of the verses a few days ago, I was saying, Bhagavan Krishna said, I am that sun which enlight, which give life to everything, So imagine the sun disappeared. What will happen in our solar system itself? Forget about the solar system. Let's look at the world itself. What will happen? There will be complete chaos. In the absence of sunlight, everything will die. So, in the absence of the divine inside, which the Atma here is represented of, without that, you don't exist. So who are you calling yourself? Who are you truly? You say here we are so much with big ego. We put a certain elegance of the outside and claim that this is us. We have so much things of the outside when we are so proud of what we have, and that we say that's ours. No, who are you? You don't even yet know who you are, and yet you are thinking that you can do everything by your own. So if the divine don't give you that power to act upon some things, you will not be able to act upon anything. You know, people are so proud very often of all their wealth that they have. What have you come here with? You know, the Gita said, you know, you come in this world with nothing, and you will go with nothing. You know? So all that you take, you took from this world. Let's analyze this part itself. You see, you come in this world, your hand is closed like this, you know, and when you go, your hand is open like this. So everything that you have earned, your knowledge, your wealth, your friendship to this world, your attachment to this world, everything you will drop and let go, you know. But very often people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear the truth that yes, they will leave everything one day. They said, how can I have spent my whole life slaving myself to this reality? I have spent my whole life become slave and work, and you're telling me that I will have to let go of these things? No, no, no. So that's why, you know, they don't want to see. You know, that's why people are scared of death itself. You know? So that's why they don't realize that the cosmic Lord himself, who have created everything, have created also you as a microcosmos identity of himself. Now, inside he has placed himself. In absence of that, you think that yes, you pride, you think that yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But those who have realized that glory, who have seen that in everything, it's not me, I can't do anything by myself, but there is a cosmic energy which presides over everything, that which is giving me that energy to do everything into complete surrender to him. So, am I separate from him? No, I am not separate from him. Whatever I'm doing, he's part of that. But I have to give my best, because it's still, you see, one doesn't have that realization that it is the Lord which is doing everything at all time through us. We don't perceive that the whole essence of what we call the self is also a part of him. You like to have your identity, you like to have your individuality. If you say yes, your individuality is Krishna himself, how many would like to hear that? Nobody, not many people would like to hear that. Deep inside they know about it, that which is residing within that Atma is part of the Lord himself. So, but yet we are so attached to this individuality. One is so attached to that individuality that we don't like to let go of that individuality. So due to this attachment to that individuality, we have to do our best. But being a devotee or believers of God, you have to try your best to remember constantly that it is the divine that gives you that power to act upon. Without his will, firstly, nothing will exist. You will not be here. So it is also his Leela, that his glory, his potency, which is embedded in everything, that make life an active way, make everything active here. Without that, nothing will work. So in that, there is no separation. You have just to give your best and have faith that he is with you. So when you give your best and you have faith that God is with you, you will see that even the thing that is impossible for you to imagine will transform itself completely. And you will be amazed yourself when you are in touch with that divine energy inside of you, what you can do, really.